Okay, let's start it again one more time.
It's like without the start.
No. All right, let's do it again. Where are we?
Is this the first time we've ever actually restarted after a bad start?
No, we've restarted before.
We've restarted because I've interjected something stupid. We've never restarted because
I've misspoken a couple times. We've restarted it. This is still the intro.
Disagree.
You're going to use all of this.
We finally got something for it.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at namely90s.com or on Instagram and Bluesky at namely90s. You can also find us on YouTube every Monday at youtube.com/@namely90s. And if you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/namely90s and get signed up for one of our support levels. Oh, here we are.
Yeah. Episode 230, not including however many specials we have.
Yeah, way too
49 specials, I think.
Yeah, I mean, are we not at 300 yet, technically?
Technically, no. We're at
yeah, so there's 48.
279.
Wow.
I guess 300 is a good mark I guess 300 is a good mark to aim for.
Yeah, we'll see.
250 is a good. Oh no, we're technically past 250.
Did I reveal too much?
No, I think I did.
Yeah. Anyway, what's new?
I literally had this section blank. So it's been a week since. It's been 2 weeks. No, it's been a. I don't know what time is. It's been a week since we talked last. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Harvest is done. We pressed off and barreled down the last bit of wine for me. So yeah, I think I'm going to be able to slow down and do things again. And
doing things. Excellent.
Yeah. Going to a murder mystery party tomorrow. It's a thing that's happening. Excited. Haven't done one of those. I feel like you two have done something like that.
No, we expressly tried to avoid crap like that from like my friends in college.
Well, I feel like as a college student, you're not able to do a good one. But as like 30-somethings,
people who dressed up in period costume for the 100-year anniversary of the Titanic sinking and watched the movie Titanic.
So they watched a historically inaccurate movie about while wearing historically accurate clothing.
Yeah, you should have seen what they did on Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh, God.
Okay. That movie was terrible.
I feel like that's the first movie I got to see without my parents at a movie theater. With you and our friend Ben.
I'm annoyed because, as you know, I still scroll the Facebook.
Why? Especially in this era, why are you still on Facebook?
I don't know, but I was seeing like these holiday cocktail recipes coming up. And I found this one that it looked pretty good. It was a cranberry bourbon sour. I was like, okay,
I've had that before.
Like I could see that, cranberries are sour, bourbon sounds good. Like let's make that.
First ingredient, cranberry 7-Up.
No, so I actually acquired the ingredients and I have all the things to make it. I haven't made it yet, but then I realized
what
I'll pick like the same this channel does a bunch of these, and they're all AI generated images. So now I'm like, wait, are these actual cocktail recipes, or are these AI generated cocktail recipes? Like, it's not clear.
I mean, regardless, is it not a recipe, even if AI made it?
Yeah, but it's like 2 ounces of bourbon, 2 ounces of cranberry, 1 ounce of lemon juice, and a half ounce of cranberry simple syrup, which I had to make, and then shaken over ice. It sounds like too much cranberry and lemon.
Was it? I mean,
it's gonna be sour,
right? Official IBA bourbon cocktail recipe. Sorry, official whiskey. Did you say whiskey sour? Bourbon sour.
Bourbon sour.
Okay,
an official cranberry.
An official whiskey sour. An IBA official whiskey sour is 3 parts bourbon, 2 parts lemon juice, 1 part simple syrup. So
you've got basically 2 parts bourbon, 3 parts
juice
of sour, and then a half part of simple syrup, which is made with cranberry.
I mean, it still balances out.
Granted, cranberry is not as tart as lemon.
And they always expect you to add more alcohol than they put in their recipe.
I guess my point is, so that I'm looking at all these, and now I'm seeing more like the holiday ones. And there was one that was like kind of an apple pie themed drink. And in the picture of the drink, I mean, it usually looks nice. It's like in a cut glass, with like a garnish, and it's like a holiday background that's very blurry and like that, but it's like not super AI looking. But one of them, instead of it being ice cubes, it was like cubed apples in the drink. But like it didn't say to use cubed apples in the drink, which would be disgusting.
Oh,
so I feel like AI is starting to fail.
I mean,
and it had a hand with 7 fingers in it too.
I was going to say that part. I mean, here's the thing. All those recipes are BS anyways. Someone makes a recipe on their little blog.
True.
Half the time, they've never tested it. Doesn't taste good. Every time I see a video of someone that's like, oh my God, this is the best recipe ever. It's marketing, and it's bad marketing.
Yeah, because you have to scroll through so many things. It's always like some, what's the term for like, the trad wife, thing.
I make these for my honey every day when he gets home from work.
Yeah, I always love the ones where I was curious on TikTok. It's like me cooking for my blue collar husband after a 12-hour workday, and she's just like squeezes a tube of Velveeta into like a pan full of hot dogs.
Ugh.
It like puts it over Uncle Ben's rice.
I'm gonna say
you're like, that's
not trad wife.
Disgusting.
That's not trad wife.
No, that's like trash wife, not trad wife. Anyway,
either way.
By the way, I do need you to help me with a recipe. I need.
Okay.
I know you've perfected or close to perfected the teriyaki chicken recipe.
The Seattle marinade, yeah.
I need a version that's like decently easy to do without like a lot of specialty ingredients.
Okay.
I'm spending my life savings on chicken teriyaki over here. It's ridiculous because the kids actually like it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do that, it's a pretty easy recipe. You marinade. You make the sauce separately, and if you cook a big batch of the sauce, you just save it in your fridge. And if you make a big batch of marinade, you can just keep reusing that marinade. So, the hardest thing to do would be most of like the Seattle style recipe I have, because for those of you that aren't in the know, Seattle has like a specific style of teriyaki that's a little more garlicky, a little bit sweeter, and the sauce is thicker, and it's like a little charred. It's great. If you're ever in Seattle, you got to get a teriyaki chicken.
Every teriyaki place is exactly the same. And I mean, there's some that are standout food wise, but like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They all have a broken soda fountain. They all have like the back hallway where the bathroom is like stacked up with, cases of drinks
and rice.
Yep.
They have the every one comes with what clearly is like a pre-mixed salad with just like one shred of carrot and doused in like a miso dressing that's wilted by the time you get your styrofoam container home. It's great.
By the way, the other thing I need from you is the katsu sauce recipe, because there's never enough katsu sauce in the world.
I just buy Bulldog from the Asian market.
But Asian market.
You work near the international district. Well, not near, but you work in Seattle.
There's been a series of stabbings in the international district. I'm not going down there.
This is why you park under Wajimaya. They have an elevator up to the main floor, and if you buy enough stuff, I think if you spend like $20, they give you 2 hours.
Okay, fair. I'd feel more comfortable with the Bellevue one, probably. But
yeah, that's fair. But that's also out of your way. More out of your way.
Well, anyway, okay. Yeah, because I need some more katsu sauce in my life.
So I just love the Bulldog brand katsu sauce. Although I feel like it's more like Hawaiian katsu that they do at the teriyaki places. So it's like a little bit sweeter. Shocking. I don't know. For my katsu, I like Bulldog brand vegetable sauce. So
where they had teriyaki? The 90s. There we go. That's our time.
Welcome to Namely Foodies. That's the next iteration of Namely 90s. Speaking of Japanese things, actually, that's the transition, Andrew. Boom. Unfortunately, you got suckered into this episode because
did I do this by mistake?
Yes. Or on purpose. So I'm going to be honest. I didn't know what to do with this episode on, but the second season of MF Ghost is airing right now in Japan and simulcast on Crunchyroll, not a sponsor. And Andrew, I don't know if you know this, but there was a little car anime in the 90s called Initial D, a manga and car. Wow. Manga and anime about a high school student working as a gas station attendant whose parents own it, or whose dad owns a tofu shop. And in the morning, he would go on tofu deliveries and go drift around the mountains of Tokyo or Japan in his little 80s Toyota 86. Are you familiar with the AE 86 or whatever it is? No. It looks like every 80s Japanese hatchback I can think of.
So bad looking.
Yes, very angular design. And the current anime MF Ghost is kind of they call it a spiritual successor to Initial D. Initial D, apparently one of the biggest one of the bigger animes to come of the 90s that not a lot of people know about in the America. It's a Toyota Sprinter Trueno. Also referred to as an 86.
I think those must have been specifically in Japan, because I'm not aware of those.
Probably. Let's see. It is a 5th generation Corolla. It's the Toyota Sprinter Trueno are a small front-engine rear-wheel drive. They're front-engine rear-wheel drive models with a front-engine front-wheel drive 5th generation Corolla range marketed by Toyota. So there was a whole range from E80 to E something. but this was the one you wanted. I think the 8.5 was the bad one. It's a sport compact and a hot hatch. Either a 2-door coupe or a 3-door liftback. Anyway, and we're gonna do a Buddha reboot. Yay!
So the show is about a car or a person?
It's about a high school student who drives his dad's car to deliver tofu, and ends up being a Drift King street racer. Are you ready for this? And also,
ready for this? Dun, 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 dun.
You may have to read the subtitles.
Let me put on my readers.
Yeah, we're going to be showing 2 clips, one from Initial D and one from MF Ghost. This clip is one of the first times he's in Takumi Fujiwara, the protagonist of Initial D, is in a race, and he's racing against a FD. I don't know. Andrew, you might recognize the cars once we get to it. And share sound.
Pardon my blue light filter that's reflecting all the blue back.
No worries. Can you see this tiny video?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
本気で飛ばすとついてこれねえかよ。まだまだだな、あいつらも。
Also, it's like PlayStation graphics.
My ears are bleeding.
Oh, sorry.
It sounds like Gran Turismo.
It kind of is.
Yeah, but it's like the world's crappiest hatchback.
Yes, but they're downhill. They're racing downhill and drifting, so he can. It's a lot of hairpin turns down this mountain. So he can even with a 2-liter, he can keep up with this like sports car.
He's beyond redlining it down the hill.
True. Oh, look how crunchy those graphics are. And the Eurobeat intensifies.
That looks like a Supra. Let's go to Supra, the one in the front. Is that Paul Walker? No. Rip to the max.
It's funny you say that, Rip to the max. It is funny you say that, because I believe... So this guy's just like... I can't believe this guy is almost beating me, and there he goes. Takumi
lost his nerve.
And this is the part where he's like, he's going too fast in this curve, he's gonna die. And here we go. Oh my god.
That makes me a bad person, but I can't help but laugh.
The inertia drift. So that was him overtaking the FD, which is a... Did you say Toyota Supra?
It looked like one. There's just nothing funnier than the subtitles, because it's like there are these long, like meandering English sentences, but it's just like a series of very rapid syllables that like can't possibly mean the same thing. You know what I mean?
Very true. And I do understand a little bit of Japanese, so I know they're definitely editorializing.
Yeah, I would guess so.
Okay. And then so the modern series, MF Ghost. So yeah, so the Initial D follows Takumi Fujiwara. And what we just saw was the first race against the Red Suns. And he and his friends end up being, street racers, drift racers, and eventually start going around Japan, beating other local things. And winning races and street racing, illegal street racing. So yeah, there's 5 seasons over the course of like, and you know how animes are. They're like, oh, here's one season of 26 episodes in 1996. 4 years later, here's 13 episodes in 1999. Third season, it's just a movie in 2001. 2012, season 4. It's like for 10 episodes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And the art style changes, and it gets, I mean, the art style gets better since, you know, PlayStation 1 graphics to, well, you'll see for MF Ghost. MF Ghost is a sequel to Initial D. The main character from Initial D is kind of like the mentor for the main character of MF Ghost, but he's all the way in England. So, whereas the protagonist comes back to Japan, the series takes place in 2020X. So sometime this decade, I guess, where self-driving electric cars have replaced internal combustion ones. However, in Japan, there is a large organization called MFG, founded by one of the other guys from the Initial D series, who does street racing with internal combustion cars. And a new rookie,
racy.
Yeah, a new rookie, Kanata Rivington, who's competing with the pseudonym Kanata Katagiri, is a 19-year-old Japanese-British young man, and he showed up on the scene driving a Toyota 86, the newer model, beating European top-tier cars such as the Lamborghini Huracan, I don't remember, the Ferrari 488, the Lotus
Esprit.
EXIGE. Is that that's not a Esprit?
Oh, Exige. Esprit's old.
Yeah. The Alfa Romeo 4C and the Porsche 911 Carrera, which is the 991. He was trained by legendary downhill and rally racer Takumi Fujiwara, the protagonist from the original series, at the Royal Donington Racing School in the UK, and is a Formula 4 world champion at 19. He has only one motive: to find his long-lost father.
2020X. Self-driving electric cars. Well, that'll be the US in like 2 years.
Yeah, because of our head of the Department of Government Efficiency.
Sorry, the head of Doge?
Yes. You know, Doge. So this is a clip from, I think, the most recent episode that I saw, where I was actually, I genuinely got excited for what was happening, because the first season is kind of like, eh. Second season, I was like, okay, I'm in this. But they're racing in the fog, and the rain just let up. And he's trying to catch up.
The graphics aren't better enough.
And he's trying to catch up to the Ferrari. And he just overtaken the Honda NSX. That was in 4th position. Oh, there it is. No, that's the Lexus.
The Lexus LFA.
Yes.
This looks like a bad Subaru. What is this thing?
It's the modern Toyota 86.
Is it the GTR? No, it's a Nissan.
Oh, I might have downloaded the wrong clip. This is not from season 2. This is him overtaking in season 1. I think that's the 991 though.
Yeah.
He's overtaking a Porsche. Dang it, I thought I downloaded the other clip. Oh well.
This is the kind of fearless driving that gives MFG drivers their whatever reckless thing.
Yes. It's foggy. They're driving through the middle of town. Apparently, that's the protagonist.
I'm still waiting for my favorite thing, which is does he have acne? Where like one of them just like shifts again into like a new unknown gear that they haven't been using. That's my least favorite TV trope.
I think they're pretty good about like car stuff, and that was the whole clip. Enjoy.
There's really nothing worse than that, where they're like neck and neck for a while, and then they just like shift into another gear, and you're like, that's not what?
So I think I may be wrong, but either for the anime or for the live action movie, I think it was the anime. I think the like racing art director for the anime was brought on to Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift for their drifting segments.
Tokyo Drift. No, was that set in Japan?
Yes, with the Yin Yang Twins song.
Get Low, or
no, it was the
to the window, to the wall.
If you want to go to Tokyo.
Oh, that
Tokyo.
one.
I don't remember any lyrics.
Boy, that's offensive. I actually know somebody who toured, like took them on tour. That's weird.
The Yin Yang Twins?
Yeah, it was the guy I worked for in Pullman.
That's
he he drove them around for a year.
Tokyo
in like 2014.
Drift song. That's crazy. Yeah, Fast and Furious Tokyo. Oh, sorry. Not the Yin Yang Twins. It was the Teriyaki Boys.
I was gonna say, they drove from the window to the wall.
Is that?
That's the Yin Yang Twins. Yes, that song.
Yeah. Well, I just confused them for the Teriyaki Boys, so I don't know the difference. Yes. I wonder if you know how they live in Tokyo. If you've seen it, then you mean it. No, you have to go.
Even though you're half Japanese, this is highly offensive.
Yes, remember I am half Japanese. No, that is how they sound in the song. Anyway, gun to your head, Andrew.
I'm offended.
Thank you for being offended on I assume my behalf. Gun to your head, Andrew. If you were forced to watch either of these anime, because I know you're not an anime boy, which one would you rather watch? The story about the young high school student who drives tofu around, and that's how he learned his drifting skills, or the half British, half Japanese guy looking for his father, but they've only raced two races in 2.5 seasons. 1.5 seasons, whatever.
I'm gonna go with the original.
Yeah, that's impressive. Because
because it's not discernibly, like, one of the things that I struggle with is like old stuff looks old, but anime always just looks the same.
Fair. Yeah, the art style changes a little bit, but yeah. Timeless is what you're saying.
And also, like, I like that when it's like the young kid kind of like coming of age sort of story versus like they try to do too much with it with the new one, you know?
He's already too good.
Also, if you try to do any of that in Japan, like drifting or speeding, you'd be arrested.
Most likely, yeah. Well, I mean, they did have like a car culture, a drifting culture in the 90s and 2000s, I think, which is why Fast and Furious did Tokyo Drift. And then, I don't know. I mean, the Initial D was based off of that car culture. But, you know, laws are kind of more enforced now, just like everywhere else. Well, you heard it here first. Andrew would rather watch Initial D, and so would I. New season of MF Ghost is pretty good, but I think it was late pandemic that I watched Initial D, and I got hooked immediately. That Eurobeat, man. it'll make you speed up when you're heading towards a speed sign.
No, that's very true. It's very true. God, that was funny.
Allegedly. And this is where we normally have an Namely 90s Minute, but we're not doing those.
Not today.
So,
what are we doing?
I thought we finished up with a little quiz. Not from BuzzFeed, but it's a which initial D character are you from uquiz.com. That way we can learn more about which person we are.
Uquiz.
Yes, uquiz.com. You can find links in the description below. I will be honest, I didn't vet this quiz, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to enter my name as Brandon. And
Andrew.
Start the quiz.
I'm admitting finally on the podcast that I've gotten old because I can't read jack without these glasses.
To be fair, this site is terrible. Powder blue background. To begin, pick a color. There's 16 questions. Pick a color: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, white, gray, or brown.
Green.
I like blue.
There's a ticker at the top of different quizzes that are trending, and one of them was, "What does your soul look like?"
Mine just
Which
said,
decade do you belong in?
What Build-A-Bear are you?
All right. Pick a non-Project D car. If you know nothing about cars, just pick based on the vibes. Bunta's Impreza. Mako's Silati. Ikatani's Sylvia. I should have you do this. Choichi's Evo. Lancer.
Yeah.
Nakazada's GTR. Ooh, an old one. Dr. Toshiya's S2000. Sakamoto's Cappuccino.
Mm-hmm.
And Watara's Levine.
Yeah. I guess I get to go first. I like that Subaru Impreza. Bunta really tricked it out in the anime.
And it has the gold wheels too, the classic gold wheels. I'm gonna go with the Lancer Evo. Love a Mitsu. I remember like the whole Mitsubishi Subaru like wars in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I always liked the look of the Eclipse until it like looked like a Mustang. Or not.
All right, there you go. That's a question.
Pick a Dallin Weeks lyric. Listen to IDK How, by the way. This is the quiz's author's propaganda. That is absolutely a question. Pick the lyrics. And something is wrong with this blank invitation to retrieve your outworn evening gowns. We'll burn this town and every place nearby tonight. This cursed tongue awaits reply. But if the lights don't stop me, no one's got control of what I do. And who will be a witness for the solitary host? If you sleep tonight, the visitation of the ghost. Some things just cannot be fixed with sparkled tongues and politics. I feel like I'm reading a Dr. Seuss book here. But not every hollow is sleepy. But not every hollow is sleepy as this one. The heads roll just the same. I shook all the wrong hands at all the right times. Who did you expect me to be?
Boy, that sounds really emo.
This is Eurobeat, I'm pretty sure.
I like the not every hollow is sleepy as this one. The heads roll just the same.
That's pretty good.
I'd love to hear how elegant that sounds in Japanese.
I'm going to go with, we'll burn this town and every place nearby tonight. This cursed tongue awaits reply. Actually, no.
The tongue does not hear sound.
Actually, no, I laughed at, and who will be a witness for the solitary host if you sleep tonight, the visitation of a ghost.
Yeah, that one's funny. Pick your favorite elementary school. 16 questions. Dear God. You gotta buzz through these. Pick your favorite elementary school subject. So math, science, history, geography, language, gym, visual arts, music, and drama.
In elementary school, I liked math.
Okay. I liked language because I was good at it.
Nice.
That's not the case anymore.
Which of these?
Not like gym though.
Same. Which of these best describe your fashion sense? Low effort. You just grab whatever you have in your closet and call it a day. Hoodies are a lifesaver, and you probably have a T-shirt with a logo of a band you don't listen to anymore. Stylish but simple. You want to come across as professional, but there's no point in wearing full formal outfits everywhere. Business casual is your bread and butter. Aesthetics all the way. You love planning your outfits based on whatever style you love. You're a bit of a fashionista, and it might be into a specific fashion subculture. Sporty and comfortable. You want something you can be active in no matter rain or shine. You're the kind of person who'd wear shorts in fall jacket weather because you like jog in the morning. Or a little bit of everything. You can't choose what kind of clothes you like to wear. You switch it up every day just for the fun of it.
Low effort for sure.
I'm aesthetics all the way. Except at work.
Okay.
You want me to do these?
You do this one.
Okay. Pick an iconic initial D scene. Nani? Kansei Dorifuto? Takumi and Keisuke scare off the Project D imposters. Invention of the blind attack. Dubaru, crashu, ikuze!
I wonder if it has to do with a Subaru crashing, perchance.
Probably. Bunta smoking in the middle of a drift. Or Ryosuke and Ikeda stop the Shinigami GTR.
The guy smoking in the middle of the drift has got to be the one.
That's
the same vibe as the guy smoking in the lab in the chemistry textbook.
Yeah, yes. It's the dad of the main character too, and he's the one that drives the Subaru. I'm gonna go with Dubaru Crashu Ikuze. That's stupid.
This is horrible. Let's ask the question though. How is your relationship with your parents? Great, actually. Fine, I guess. It's complicated with this sideways face. Distant, we don't talk, and bad.
I guess mine's complicated.
I mean, distant, we don't talk. Perhaps. Jesus Christ. Oh, this has gotten dark.
I'm gonna go with it's.
I would say mine's fine enough, I guess.
All right. Question 8. Oh God, we're only halfway through this. Surprise! Mid-quiz adventure. Pick a road to drive on, and this is the road that will begin your journey.
Oh my God!
The one that leads to the sea, vast and inky black in the night. There is only the lapping of the waves against the shore and the quiet rumble of the engine. The one that leads to the forest, branches and leaves nearly blotting out the sky like arms reaching into the heavens. Birdsong and the smell of damp pine needles surround you as the sun rises. One that stretches on to the horizon, completely deserted, save for you, and unfathomably long. You don't know where it leads, but you drive on nonetheless, chasing the line where the sky meets the earth. The one where asphalt chips off to reveal a dirt path, bumpy and cracked amidst a meadow of grass. There is a faint haze in the noon air, the sweet, syrupy smell of flowers, and the air is stagnant even as you race across the vast expanse of grass. The winding mountain road with uphills, downhills, and twists and turns galore. You're sure you hear the noises of a crashing waterfall somewhere, but you don't dare glance away for fear of staring off the cliff. There are no guardrails here to stop you. One wrong move and it's crash, bang, smoke. The normal one. What the fuck? I just want to get home safely. I
think the winding mountain road. And as we know, every day is a winding road.
Every day is a... What's the next
line?
Every
day is a winding road.
Every day is a reason. No. Get a little bit closer.
Shellcrow? Yeah.
Just feeling fine. I'm going to do the one that leads to the forest because my favorite stretch of road is on old abandoned Highway 1. Up near Eureka. It's called the Avenue of the Giants, and if there's no RVs in my way, I will blow through there in this 2-lane old highway, just enjoying it in sport mode.
Okay, if you find an abandoned house to stay the night, what does it look like? A large mansion with cracked windows. The walls are brick and covered in ivy, and there is a profound sense of sadness over the building. A small log cabin with an unlit fireplace and carefully stocked cabinets. Whoever lived here last loved this home. It can barely be called a house, a half-slumped structure made of wooden slats. Still, it's a shelter, nevertheless, and as you settle down to sleep in the makeshift cot, it is strangely warm and comfortable. An abandoned trailer, rust peeling off the side. There is no car in sight, but there is a small stack of empty propane tanks by the door, left ajar. You can't help but wonder what happened to the previous inhabitants.
They died in a meth lab explosion. Oh, sorry, me.
Indeed.
So after I finished the Avenue of the Giants, I end up at the Deer Inn, and which kind of looks like a large mansion with cracked windows and covered in ivy. So I'm gonna go with a large mansion.
I'm gonna go with the small log cabin. Well insulated, fire's ready to be lit,
and well stocked for some reason, even though it's abandoned. Last adventure question. There is a chest beside the bed with one item in it. What is it? A dagger, a mirror, a key, an empty bottle, a ring. Okay, Zelda.
I'm going to go with a key. So many, the possibilities it could unlock are endless.
Well, if I'm in the mansion, I'm hoping it's a ring and not a dagger, or else I'm going to die. But I'm going to pick empty bottle, because that's a Legend of Zelda callback.
Okay, pick one of my toxic traits. Plays Genshin and has everything 100%ed. Only thrives off academic validation. Too lazy to do anything but the bare minimum when it comes to self-care. Doesn't watch movies and or TV shows more than once or twice a year, and immense hatred for panettone, which is the bread with fruits in it that you get around the holidays.
Is that what that is?
Panettone. Yeah.
Only thrives off of academic validation speaks to childhood Brandon for some reason.
It's a yeast cake with dried fruits in it from Italy.
Panettone.
It's basically fruit cake. Oh, it's a translation of fruit cake.
Oh,
because they don't
pan
know.
Is bread,
but it's Italian, whatever. They mean fruit cake. I'm going to say the third one. Too lazy to do anything but self-care. Minimum, or whatever. Shut up.
What is your Myers-Briggs? Jeez.
Myers-Briggs.
Myers-Briggs. What's personality type or whatever?
Something like that.
I'm INFP, I think. But sometimes I'm INTJ.
I think I'm INTP.
There's also a skip at the bottom.
I INTP.
Since I didn't read those, pick a kitchen utensil: a chef's knife, a cutting board, a saucepan, a wok or / skillet, a vegetable peeler, a paring knife, a whisk, a spatula, or a rolling pin.
Jeez, enough options.
I feel like, are we going to attack someone next?
Man, I love a good chef's knife.
I agree. And since if we only have one overlapping answer, that should be fine.
Yeah. Would you change the past? No, I have no regrets. No, my regrets have shaped me into who I am today. No, if I don't hold on to it, who will? Yes, I am unsatisfied with my present. Yes, I want nothing more than to fix my biggest regret. Yes, but just for the fun of it, I want to see what happens. I regret this quiz. My God.
We're almost there. We have 3 left. Oh, I have to go. I'm going to go with no, my regrets have shaped me into who I am today.
Okay.
I think that's healthy?
Yeah.
I'm
Let's see.
worried about the next question.
I would say yes, but just for the fun of it, I want to see what happens.
Okay, sociopath. Kidding. Finally, okay, there's one question after this, but finally, pick an initial D man you want to dunk into a tank of water. Shingo, Takeshi, Ryosuke, Kisuke, Rin, Takumi, Kyoichi, Wataru.
Are you going to give us any more options? Good Lord. I don't know.
And for what purpose do you want to dunk them into a tank of water?
Mo. That's not one of the names. That's
fair. Ryosuke is kind of the leader, kind of douchey know-it-all, but also likes... No, his brother is Kisuke, who's the douchey know-it-all.
The people you don't like.
I assume... they become endearing later on, but...
This is hard. I'm going to say Wataru, because I just don't know.
I'm going to say Takumi, because I also don't know. And that's it. Feel free to drop feedback, music recs, or info dump about your favorite car. Is question 16.
The PT Cruiser is the best vehicle ever made.
The PT Cruiser is the best vehicle ever made by man or God. So.
All right.
Interesting. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
My result is Takumi Fujiwara.
Wow.
Who's the main character?
Yeah. I should have figured with your mountain driving.
Here it goes. How are those self-esteem issues going? You're more of the quiet type, and you have a keen sense of observation. Your tendency to notice small details is both a good and bad thing. On one hand, quick thinking comes naturally to you, and on the other, when good things happen to you, you're the kind of person to question what you did to deserve it. You're not the type of person to plan out every detail before facing your problems. Instead, you rely on your own intuition to guide you and draw upon your past experiences to face the problem head on. Because of this, you don't fit in, and you're sometimes painfully aware of your loneliness.
Ooh.
Do you really belong here with everyone else? Are you really good enough? Also, haha, tofu boy go vroom.
I don't think I can beat that.
Wow, this kind of actually nailed my personality in a strange way.
Right?
I didn't expect a lot from this quiz, but that was kind of impressive.
I got Ryosuke Takahashi. Look, it's the overachiever. Your life has been driven by the expectations of others and yourself, and the expectation that you'll be good at everything you do. And for the most part, you are. This can make you seem distant and unapproachable to others, and whether you like it or not, you often find yourself alone in a crowd despite your many connections. You're meticulous and driven in whatever tasks you focus on, and although you would never hate to admit it to others, all you want is a break from the work, from the expectations, just so you can pursue your real passions rather than the ones cast upon you. Or, I did take that break.
Dear God, why are these so good?
Yeah. Also, here's the results compared to others. 22% Takumi Fujiwara, 14% Ryosuke Takahashi, 12% Koichiro Iketani. Yeah, no, it's just, we got the top two results is what I'm trying to say.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s.
You could find new episodes out every Monday. Hey, we came back with a 90s episode. That's all that really matters. Find us on Instagram, Bluesky, and YouTube at Namely90s with 90s, and tell us what you want us to talk about in future episodes. If you'd like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Namely90s, also with 90s. Finally, you can also contact us through our website, Namely90s.com. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Fujiwara Tofu, Pocket Cast, Castbox, iPart, Radio, Good Pods, and wherever you get your podcast from. I'm Brandon. That's Takumi Fujiwara, and we will catch you next time. tofu.